Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Bisimoto Tech Tuesday Show, episode 174. Yes, 174 episodes every Tuesday, uninterrupted, whether it fell on a shooting day, birth of my son, Christmas, anniversaries, birthdays, you name it. I'm here for you. But I'm out here in Minter Shafter, which is near Bakersfield. This is a track where we do a lot of half-mile racing with the guys from No Fly Zone. Let's see some horsepower. There's tons of it here. Well, there's an electric vehicle there, and a Mark 5 Supra, and a petrol vehicle there. But nonetheless, there are tons of airports here, and far in the distance, I don't think you guys can see that, but far in the distance, there's actually a jet car. So we're doing some crazy stuff indeed. For once again, the Motor Mythbusters show. This is getting close to our final days of shooting, and we're out here in Minter Airfield in Bakersfield, and it will be showing, this episode and other ones will be showing on the Motor Trend app sometime in August, and very soon after that we'll follow up in a linear fashion on Motor Trend television, which is great. So thank you so much indeed for the kind words and well wishes. What's up, Bookie Pins? Good seeing you. Blue Top Joel, I love you. So good to see you, Joel, indeed. Greetings indeed as well. Do you like the new Z? Asked TK Ronan. I do. It actually it shows that Nissan actually pays attention to the enthusiast community. Comes in a manual, has this beautiful forward-thinking design, but also pays a nice nod to the old school 240s. I like it, and I cannot wait to get my hands on one. Believe it or not, in the past 3 weeks, I've been developing a very good relationship with Nissan. Yes, probably on the EV side, but that trickles over to the petrol offerings as well. So wish me luck. Maybe we can do some wonderful things in the advent of that relationship coming to fruition. You are the guy every kid wants to show off his car to, says Brusco Cappuccino. Thank you so much for the kind words. Appreciate that. Yes, DJM, you heard right. A jet vehicle indeed. And it'll be in the episode. We're doing some crazy carnage out here. You are going to love it. So when the show comes out, make sure that you go on the app, take a look and see what's going on. First access, and you will love it. It's pretty cost effective. I think it's like $2.99 a month. It's amazing, you know? Hudson says you should bring the Odyssey on this versus that. Yeah, I've been asked to bring a few of my cars out there, but I've been filming for the past few months, so I haven't had a chance. Maybe that'll happen sooner than later. Hello, Droop Live. Good seeing you. Why are electric production cars so expensive? Asked SNA Kulat. How do you say it? Snackularity. Okay, snackularity. I'll tell you the answer to that question. It's not the electric motor. It's not the high resilience axles. It's not the drivetrain or lack of multiple parts that you may see on an internal combustion engine. It's not the battery management controlling system, not the control modules itself, not the wiring, not the harness. The batteries. That's the reason why. Battery technology is so expensive, and it's one of the challenges that OEMs are having with creating EV vehicles that are really appealing to the mass audience at this point. People want range, but they also love the efficiency and the lack of moving parts and the ease of maintenance of electric vehicles. Just batteries are very expensive. To give you 400 or 500 mile range, your batteries are going to cost, in battery technology alone, over $40,000. So that's why it's so expensive. But the good thing is, every month, and I keep tabs on this, every month the battery technology improves. We get better and better cells. We get more cell density. We have the opportunity to get rapid charging that continues to decrease in the amount of time required. I foresee, and different materials being used for anodes and cathodes. I foresee in the next few years that it'll become so cost effective, it'll be very much in line with some of the corner boxes you see today, and give you the reliability that you crave, the range you desire, and a lot better performance than current modern day internal combustion engines. So that being said, it's coming, but the main reason is because of batteries. That's the main reason why they're expensive. Love the post chamber on our 911 SC, says Big Head Designs. Yes, your vehicle is beautiful. He has a gorgeous red SC. He's in SoCal, absolutely beautiful. It's great to have you visit our facility. Hopefully what you have is working out for you, and I appreciate the kind words and support. DJ Ramarov, so good to see you, sir. I really appreciate your support, and hope your Toyota truck is going quite well. How old do you have to be to get an internship at Bisimoto? Well, the youngest I've had in my facility was 16. That's the youngest I've had for a summer internship. So I think that's a good place to start. Anything younger would be great unless you're absolutely exceptional, but I think 16 or higher would be ideal. I'm trying to twin charge my BMW E38 V12. Good or bad idea? Big Briz, excellent idea. So for those of you who don't know what the twin supercharge is, what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, if that's what the life, if that's the line you're going to, I've seen individuals compound and combine the beauty of a turbocharger and supercharger together. And what that does, it gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you the off-the-line boost that you'll see with supercharging, and the top-end power you see with turbocharging without any lag whatsoever. And then the boost applications are even compounded. So you have amazing boost potential. I think is great. The only caveat with that, it adds a little bit of complexity. So if you're okay with the complexity and you put together ideal fail-safes to make sure that everything works well, and if things fail, you're able to get alerted very quickly, go at it. It can really benefit you tremendously in being an amazing project car that will be a ton of fun to drive. There's one in Southern California. I think Matt Farrar drove one. I think it was a Lotus Elise and had that combination. And he said that thing was absolutely terrifying. One day, maybe I'll build something like that. Okay, so that being said, Vic WP says, I'm learning to tune with a Harley EFI Terminator. I've never tuned before. Any tips? Engine it in a small black Chevy running on E85 port injection. Well, I do have some tips. Watch some YouTube videos, that helps. Read some books, that's how I started. And experiment with your own car, but there's something that you should really do. I'm a huge advocate of the EFI 101 class. Try and take that. I think right now Ben Strader and his team are doing things remotely. That would give you a very strong basis in the understandings of the internal combustion engine and how tuning affects things accordingly. That is what I would suggest you to do. It's what I do myself. And Vic, I'm telling you, when you do this properly, it is so rewarding, so gratifying to be able to tune your own vehicle, see how tuning affects the performance, and driving your tuned car. There's no feeling like it. So please do it. Let me know your thoughts. E85 is a wonderful fuel. I've used it tremendously. It doesn't emit horrible hydrocarbons like you would see with pure petrol. Go for it. I support you 100%, sir. Good luck to you as well, Mark. Hello, Cindy. Love you, Cindy. How are you? For those of you who don't know Cindy Kelly May, she hired me into pharma, took a chance on me when I had no experience in that arena at all as a chemical engineer. And because of her, I have achieved so much. So thank you so much, Cindy, for being such a wonderful person and being there for me, by all means. Can't wait to see an EV400Z. TK Ronin, I think that's fantastic. I'm definitely going to pitch that to Nissan. I can thank you for it. So keep in touch with me. Hello, BK2 Menace. Good seeing you, brother, indeed. This guy, just, he knows where my heart is. And what I mean by that is, he's taken this vehicle, the BK Hyundai Genesis 3.8 R-Spec, which I love that power plant. It is one of the most impressive internal combustion engines I've ever seen. And he's taken that concept that I love so much and taken it a step further. Meaning, he's doing all the crazy engine stuff that I love, but he's going further with a beautiful aesthetic charm. So, BK 2 Minutes, I appreciate what you're doing out there. Thank you so much. Slick Cayenne 730, good seeing you indeed. Brusco Cappuccino's asking another good question of the best daily driver under $20,000 used. My opinion, 20K, 987 Cayman S. Amazing. It gives you the prestige and beauty and elegance of a Porsche. It gives you better handling than 911s of that era. And it is so tunable. I'm telling you, you can find an amazing vehicle that's reliable, European styling, and prestigious. And I love, and I own quite a few of these, Cayman S 987. And you can find those in 2006, 2007, 2008. You can find some really clean examples without crazy miles that haven't been abused. Go with a manual, go with an S with a 3.4 liter 6-speed transmission. You will love it. And thank me when you're done. Sent you a DM about getting my 992 tuned. I will check it out, Universal Godflow. Forgive me, please. I know it takes me a while to get to all the DMs, only because I get hundreds of DMs a day. But I promise, when I'm doing my breaks on the evening, when I'm back at my facility or my quarters, I do go through them and I try to answer as much as I can. And more come in and answer them, so forgive me if I'm tardy in getting back to you, Universal, but I will get to you. Thank you so much. How do you dispose of batteries? Are they okay for the environment? Great question. So what I've done, I look for recycling facilities. So instead of burying them in some recycling center, which is not very good for the environment, they can be repurposed. The components down to the cell level can always be repurposed. So I tend to recycle mine and put them back in life, which is pretty good, eh? Boston's in the house, courtesy of 911 Weather. I continue to love my pulse chamber. It sounds insane. Thank you, 911 Weather. I appreciate that. It gives you the sound which is sick, right? It makes your Porsche sound like a crazy V8. It has no drone whatsoever, which is fantastic because I use a Helmholtz chamber design to be able to use pulse waves and reflect and cancel out unwanted frequencies, which the dimension and the length was perfected in my own facility. And above and beyond that, it's emissions friendly. So you can pass smog 50 states here in the United States, emissions, which is great. And then you have this what I call a sound arrestor. It's this device you insert inside, gives you no penalty in horsepower, but can attenuate your sound by 18 decibels. So if there are times that you have your significant other, or you just want to cruise around and have a nice subtle tone, you insert the device and it's quiet. Then if you're ready to make some proper noise, you just slide it out with one bolt and you're out there in full tilt. It's amazing. And it's a race-inspired tone. It's how 911 should sound. So thank you so much for your support, and I appreciate the kind words around that as well. Yes, I am out at the airport again, emergency hookers. Victor, why are you not here? Anyway, Victor's a good friend who I've known for many, many years. He has a company, Emergency Hookers. He was out here last time. We're doing some filming. We're out here today, actually, Victor, for the next couple of days, which is good. I miss you dearly. And hopefully we get to work together again this coming SEMA, I should say. Hello, Philip Stracer. Good seeing you. AJ. Okay, I'm so glad you're here, AJ. Thank you so much for joining. AJ is a fellow engineer. He's an ME. Yes, we make fun of mechanical engineers, but I love him. He's one of the few ones I love. But nonetheless, AJ is the one who taught me so much. Between him and Sam Rothschild from Rothfab, these guys really helped me tremendously. So AJ happened to cross my path as a client, and we became very close friends after that, with his beautiful S2000, and he has a lovely Integra, just a great guy. He crossed my path when I was doing this transition from drag racing and exploring my opportunities in road racing. And AJ taught me so much when it comes to road racing, how to follow the line, how smoother is faster, because what I used to do when I used to race is I used to just stop all the way in the corners and look for a straightaway and stab it, and then stop and stab it. I was such an unbalanced driver. So we had the opportunity for him to give me some tech tips. We went out to Streets of Willow, which I was at yesterday, by the way, AJ. Thought of you tremendously. And he taught me how to drive my Porsche better. And then he jumped in with me with a new NSX, with an NC1, and taught me how to even be a better driver. Then he took me for a ride in his S2K, which he did ridiculous times in S2000 without any error, and really showed me the ropes, literally. So that being said, AJ, thank you so much. I no longer have the steering shuffle. I'm very good and very consistent on the track. A good friend of mine who's become a good friend of mine, a producer here on the show, his name is Jason Fay. He actually put me in the seat of these crazy cars all yesterday, and I was able to consistently have track times thanks to the instruction that AJ gave me years ago. So AJ, thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate you indeed. Hello, Bisi, says Veloster Racing N. How's the CSF BC intercooler coming? Coming any day now. I expected any day now for me to make an announcement. It would be the most superior heat exchanger in the market for the new Veloster N, and also will cross over to the i30N, which is fantastic, global platform, global design, and has very little, negligible pressure drop, but has amazing density with fins and dimensions that it'll be the most amazing, most cooling, most heat exchanging capability for that power plant and chassis on the market. So to come very, very soon, Sunny Knight says, hey, sorry to pop in to ask this. No problem whatsoever, Sunny Knight. I have an idea to upgrade my 2019 Corolla hatch. However, I have no clue where to start. Very simple, great question. Intake, header, exhaust, oil. Now, I'll tell you about that. Intakes allow for an amazing opportunity because, believe it or not, it takes energy to ingest air into an internal combustion engine. And when you remove those restrictions, that energy is there for you to now move the vehicle forward and make more power. So, and also gives a nice tone because most manufacturers build in these Helmholtz tubes in induction to prevent intake roar, but we like the sound of intake roar, so that helps a lot. Header. You can find headers out there or have some fabricated that won't eliminate your emission capability. And that allows for better breathability and increased power as well. And exhaust, once again, if you're in an area where emissions are critical, you can be able to have a catback exhaust, either custom made or bespoke, and you can pick up a lot of power there. But one that people sleep on a lot is oil. Oil is the lifeblood of internal combustion engines, and they do more than just cool down and lubricate. they can release power. So not all oils are created equally. The internal combustion engine has a lot of friction, and the oil has to do a good job in reducing that. Whenever an oil has better lubricity, it gives you the opportunity to improve power by reducing friction losses. Of course, you guys know, or may not know, my choice is Pure Oil, which is amazing. It's aerospace-based oil, has 1,700 parts per million of zinc. The zinc bonds to the molecules of the oil very nicely, so you don't have any challenges with killing your catalyst after a million miles of driving, or the case may be. So it's really good. And I saw in my own drag car a 12 wheel horsepower improvement in power. And a Hyundai, similar to the engine to me right to the right here, we saw a 7 horsepower gain, meaning oil can be a performance product. And right now, I think they have sponsorships going, which can help you if your car is pretty clean. Just write to them here at Instagram, Pure Oil USA. Let them know I sent you. Tell them Bisi sent you to give you a sponsorship, and they'll make it happen. And not only for you, Sunny Night, for all of you. Hit them up, tell them I sent you, and they'll help you out. They're great guys, great engineers, just amazing people, and I love those guys indeed. Anti-gravity batteries are lightweight because they are lithium polymers, says Merchant Hookers. I must have missed a question here. Anyway, yes, Ethan is back. He was somewhere back there. There's Ethan here. There's Paco. They're all here, you know. Cherry Boy Hunter is saying, hey, BC, would you recommend a 996 for a first 911? Could you share any common problems you may run into buying a used one? Yes, I could, and yes, I would. People don't like the 996. I think it's an amazing vehicle. As a matter of fact, you guys know my crazy twin-turbo Porsche with the turbos hanging out, you know, the IROC Porsche, or better yet, even another Porsche I have recently, the M16 935. Hey, that's Faye right there. Are they calling us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll answer your question. I have to fly because we're going back to set right now. So that being said, 996s, if you upgrade your IMS bearing, you are good to go. That's the only challenge I've seen with those. I build those engines in my own turbo cars with great success, and they're amazing. So we're getting called to set, guys. I have to fly. I have to keep filming. But thank you so much for joining me on this 174th episode. I'm going to go film. Once again, watch Motor Mythbusters on Motor Trend when you can, when it comes out soon. Thank you so much for your support. Take care, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.